And good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Spearfish High School Gym. It's our countdown to tip-off as we get ready for the Spearfish Spartans hosting the Rapid City Central Cobblers in a Class AA Black Hills doubleheader tonight from the Spearfish High School Gym. Welcome into our pregame show being brought to you by Jenks Collision Repair, the Black Hills home team for collision repairs at 4415 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish and off exit 32 at Junction Avenue in Sturgis. And we come to you from our Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth high atop the bleachers here at the Spearfish High School Gym Center Court as both teams are warming up here for the girls contest, ready for tip-off at around 6:15, 6:20 p.m. tonight here between the Spartans and the Cobblers. We got the Spearfish High School pep band just off to the side as they get everybody warmed up for what should be a pretty good doubleheader tonight as we go through this final week of January. Thanks to Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider to several area high schools in the Black Hills and northeastern Wyoming. Let's lay the foundation for this contest as we get set for the girls' game to be our doubleheader opener tonight. The Rapid City Central Cobblers come into the contest with a record of 4-5 on the season, and the Spearfish Lady Spartans are 4-4. The last game for the Central Cobblers was this past Saturday as they went up against Rapid City Stevens and lost 62-39. But they've won 3 out of their 4 games coming into this contest as they're now 4-5 and get ready for the first of 3 games back-to-back here as they're in Spearfish tonight. Then they go to Watertown to take on Brookings and Watertown this weekend. Meanwhile, the Spearfish Lady Spartans, they're coming off of a loss as well on Tuesday night. They went over to Rapid City and lost to a physical St. Thomas More squad 50-40 as the Spartans are now 4-4 in the season. So 2 teams in Class AA, almost identical records as Rapid City Central has played and lost 1 more game. As we look at the Class AA standings coming into tonight, Brandon Valley is the only undefeated team in the state. They're a perfect 10-0 and number 1 in the state. Rapid City Stevens would be the best team out here at number 5, and then Spearfish number 9, and Rapid City Central number 10. Spearfish comes in 4-4 in the season, 4-1 here at the friendly confines of the Spearfish High School Gym. They're averaging 41 points per game, giving up about 40 points per game. And for Rapid City Central, they're just a game back of the Spartans in the number 10 spot. They're 4-5 on the season. They're 4-4 on the road, so they've been road warriors so far here in the 25-26 season. They're averaging about 46 points per game and giving up about 49. So both of these teams average right there in the 40s as they get set for this Class AA matchup right here on KDSJ-TV tonight, on Facebook Live, as well as with our YouTube channel. And we'll be here throughout the night here on KDSJ-TV with the broadcast. As the Cobblers take on the Lady Spartans, the first of 2 games tonight. The second game tonight has Rapid City Central boys at 2-7 as they go up against Spearfish, who just suffered their first loss of the season. They're 7-1. So it looks like the girls' game will be very competitive. It should be. Boys' game, I would give a pretty good advantage to Spearfish as they are back home in front of what should be a good crowd here at the Spearfish High School Gym. I'm Cody Oliver. Along with us tonight over on KDSJ-TV is Clayson Davis, pushing the buttons, running the cameras as he gets things set up over there. And we go through our laying the foundation here tonight. Rapid City Central Cobblers, this will be game number 10 for them on the season, and the first of 3 games in a row here for their stretch this week, as their last game was this past Saturday when they lost over at Rapid City Stevens by 23 points. The Spearfish Spartans, their last game was just a couple days ago. This is another 3-game week for the Spartans as they play Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Saturday is going to be a makeup game against Douglas over in Box Elder as the Spartans come in 4-4 in the season, and as they get into the month of February, going to have to reel off some wins, and this is a pivotal one for them tonight.
No, absolutely, Cody. I think I'm finally done playing tech guy for a little bit. Not really good at it, but no, this one really critical for both teams in all reality. Rapid City Central playing a much tougher schedule, but we'll have Good opportunity to get a win versus Spearfish. They are in need of a win versus Spearfish to get some momentum back with the Rapid City Central Cobblers. And you could say the exact same thing for the Spearfish Spartans, dropping 2 straight games to some really good Class A teams. You're losing more points when you play Class A teams, let alone if you lose to them. So for Spearfish, playing a good playing a good West River AA team. These two teams are right next to each other in the AA standings, so the loser will move up. The winner will move up. The loser will have a harder road to host a SODAC 16 game.
We'll be back right after the national anthem.
Happen. From fender benders to deer crossings, it's just part of life. When it happens, take it to Jake's Collision Repair with 2 locations in Sturgis and Spearfish. Locally owned and serving the Black Hills for over 15 years, Jake's delivers top quality repairs using state-of-the-art equipment, advanced training, and eco-friendly paint systems. Their technicians are ICAR and PPG certified, and they work with any insurance company. So when collisions happen, and they will, choose Jake's Collision Repair.
Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is here when you need us for the extreme athletes or those everyday activities. From kiddos with broken bones to retirees with creaky knees. Whether you're pumping iron or planting petunias, we'll be in our clinic locations throughout the region working together. Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, getting you moving again so you can confidently say, I'm back. Go to monument.health/orthopedics to find out more.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heinzerling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heinzerling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heinzerling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heinzerling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
Beef Logic Inc. is proud to sponsor South Dakota's high school and collegiate athletes this season as they work alongside their partners at the South Dakota Beef Industry Council to deliver the Build Your Base sports nutrition program at local high schools and colleges around the state and the country. Are you looking for a simple, easy-to-follow program that can help you and your family optimize performance both on and off the field of play? Check out buildyourbase.org and learn why beef continues to be the premier protein for athletic performance and recovery.
And let's have a look at tonight's starters being brought to you by Dana Dental Arts in Spearfish. Let our family care for your family. I'll take care of the visitors first, and then we'll send it over to our Spartan insider, Clayson Davis, with the starters for the Spearfish Spartans. And we'll go with the Central Cobblers. Number 2, Persea Parker is a guard at 5'7", and she is a junior getting the start. Also number 3, Coley Cruz is a guard at 5'6" and a junior. Getting the start is number 14, Chloe Shreve is a forward, 6'2" senior. Also getting the start is number 15, Leah Landry. She was powerful last year. She's a guard/forward, 5'9" junior. And also getting the start will be number 22, Olivia Pierce, is a guard, 5'7" senior. So they start a pair of juniors, a senior, another junior, and a senior. So 2 seniors, 3 juniors in the starting lineup for the Rapid City Central Cobblers under head coach Tia Young as they come in 4-5 in the season for this Class AA non-conference matchup with the Spearfish Lady Spartans tonight. And now let's send it over to our Spartans insider. Here's Clayson Davis with KDSJ-TV.
And looking at the Spearfish Lady Spartan starters tonight. And they'll start with their normal 5. It's going to be Addie Bowman, a senior forward at 5'9", wearing number 3. Callie Reiners is a senior guard at 5'6". The Chadron State College volleyball commit. Taylor Vito is a senior guard at 5'7". Tiersten Grubbs, the senior forward. She will be busy tonight, as she is always, to try to pick up rebounds and boards. She's a 5'10" senior forward, wearing number 21. And the sharpshooter, Kate Sharp, is a senior guard at 5'7", scored 12 points versus St. Thomas More, averaging double-digit points a game. Those are your Spearfish Spartan Lady Spartan starters, head coached by Dakota Barry Johnson.
So the Spartans go with Bowman, Reiners, Vito, Grubb, and Sharp. We'll see if they can put things together tonight to get a Class AA win and move up in the standings in Class AA girls basketball. Right now being dominated by undefeated Brandon Valley. O'Gorman is in the number 2 spot. Then it's Sioux Falls, Washington, Rapid City Stevens, number 4 in the state, and Aberdeen Central, a good number 5. Again, Spearfish number 9 and Rapid City Central number 10. As we get into the month of February, that positioning for the SODAC 16 will be pretty important. As we come to you from our Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth tonight from the Spearfish High School gym. We laid the foundation, being brought to you by Heinzelling Concrete. We just had your starters being brought to you by Dana Dental Arts, and now we're ready for the opening tip at the Spartan logo. Jumping it up for Spearfish will be number 21, Tierson Grubb, and Chloe Shreve, the 6'2" senior, will jump for the visiting Cobblers. And we are underway. Our countdown to tip-off is done, being brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair as we go with the 6:18 start time. Cobblers with the basketball to begin things as they win the opening tip. They're in their front court. With the basketball is Parker. Parker will throw it inside. They try to go to the post right away. Then a kick out, 3-pointer on the way for Cruz is no good. Offensive rebound by Rapid City Central. They put it back up, no good. And then the follow is good by number 14, Chloe Shreve.
And that is one of the keys for Spearfish that they did not do a very good job of last contest on Tuesday versus St. Thomas More. That is rebounding, as Spearfish had 3 girls boxing out Rapid City Central, but no one was there to pick up the rebound.
Now at the Spartans end, it's Grubb finding an open Vito going right down the middle of the lane. And Taylor Vito, one of the seniors for the Spearfish Spartans, as they start all seniors tonight, she gets 2.
Taylor Vito, not quite a known scorer. In fact, that's the first bucket she's had in as many points, this time being able to drive down the middle of the lane and get the point.
At the other end, Cobblers missed the layup. Rebounded here by Spearfish. Clearing the way is Reiners. Reiners down the middle of the floor. Picks up her dribble, now goes to Vittle. Vittle gives her right back to Reiners at the middle of the floor.
It's one thing I want to see Spearfish more this contest, to be more decisive on offense. Last contest, they get in the middle of the lane and they're looking for someone to get the ball to. Want to see some Lady Spartans take some chances and put up some shots and be strong with the ball.
Vittle trying to be strong with it on the baseline. Shot clock down to 8. They go back outside. Now they put up a 3, and that is good. Behind the arc, Addie Bowman.
Bowman has kind of emerged as another 3-point shooter. We give a lot of credit to Kate Scharf being able to score from anywhere in the gym, but in the last few games, you've seen Bowman start to show off the range, which is huge for the Spearfish Spartan squad.
Now we have a blocking foul. It's our first whistle of the game. Here comes out a defensive foul on Spearfish, and they will call that on Bowman, her first team foul. First, and already going to the free throw line here for Rapid City Central in their visiting red uniforms. They'll be on the road again Friday and Saturday, so road warriors this weekend for them as they get some makeup games in. At the line is Olivia Pierce. Pierce's first free throw is good, and the second one no good. Offensive rebound is picked back up.
Yeah, Spearfish. Defensive rebounds is something that they need to be critical in this game because they are, again, outmatched in height versus Rapid City Central.
Here's a 3 on the way. That is going to be no good. They're not shy of shooting the 3. Get Spearfish back at it here. It's Kay Scharf. Scharf, the senior, will hand it off to Grubb. Grubb picks up her dribble. Now 20 on the shot clock. Spearfish trying to get a good shot as they go baseline. Almost traveled back out to Scharf. 3 airballed, but right there is Vittle for the weak side rebound. It did not hit the rim, so we're down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Down to 9. Here's Reiners throwing it inside to Vittle. Vittle's shot is no good, didn't hit the rim. 2 shots, no iron. Back to the Cobblers.
Yeah, Spearfish. Vitto's done a good job of getting herself open in the middle of the paint. Just haven't been able to get, well, got one layup to go, just haven't been able to get the other one.
And this shot is no good. That attempted by Olivia Pierce, a senior for the Cobblers. In their road red uniforms with Cobblers across the front in white, numbers front and back in white. Spearfish with the home white and maroon. Outside three-pointer, Bowman squares up but can't get it to go. Vittle then touches it as it goes out of bounds. And it go back to the Cobblers. Head coach Tia Young pacing the sideline there for Rapid City Central.
Yeah, right now Spearfish has had more opportunities on offense. They have been able to hit a few shots, but they've done an okay job on the rebounding side, especially on defense, as the Cobblers haven't had as many second chance opportunities. In fact, the only one they have had, they scored on.
Now here's the Cobblers in the front court as they throw it inside using their height advantage, and they find Shreve for 2 more points. Cobblers with a tied ball game now, 5-5.
Yeah, that is critical for Rapid City Central to use their height in the inside of the paint. St. Thomas More feasted on the Lady Spartans back on Tuesday, getting the ball inside of the paint and going up against the mismatched, the smaller forwards of Spearfish. Spearfish will need to be very aggressive underneath in the paint to try to move some of those big post players away from the basket.
Coming into the game is Sanford, making her first appearance off the bench here for Spearfish tonight. Now they swing it on over. Here's Sanford. Sanford picks up her dribble, goes back outside. Spearfish trying to get some movement there, but Reiners will travel with it. Ball goes back to the Cobblers. These two teams played in Rapid last year, almost a year to the date. You did that game last year where Spearfish pulled out a 2-point win, 59-57 a year ago. Now it's Rapid City Central with it in the half court. Spearfish going with the girl-to-girl D. Now behind the arc, they feed it right into Shreve, and she lays it up and in for 2. Really mismatched there with the size. Reiners was on the bottom block trying to guard her, and that didn't work.
Yeah, Spearfish, their man defense switching most of the time for head coach Dakota Johnson, and when you switch as many times, you're bound and determined to get a mismatch, especially when you have Shreve and also Leah Landry, some physical guards, some physical forwards for Tia Young to really take advantage of the smaller Spearfish Spartans.
Timeout on the floor here by the Rapid City Stevens Raiders as we look at our Class AA standings coming into tonight, the final week of the month of January. Rapid City Stevens leads the way out of Class AA teams in the Black Hills. They're 5th in the state. Spearfish is 9th. Rapid City Central 10th. Sturgis and Douglas on the bubble of that Sodak 16 appearance. Sturgis is 16th and Douglas is 18th. So this is game number 9 of the season for Spearfish, game number 10 for Rapid City Central. That tells you there's a lot of games coming up in the month of February for both of these teams as they get into the meat of their schedule.
No, absolutely, as we heard from Dakota Johnson earlier this week saying that they've played the least amount of games of everyone in their schedule. And it's apparent because this final week of January and all throughout February, the Lady Spartans are going to be very busy, mainly at home.
Here's a 3-point shot, no good by the Cobblers. It goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to Spearfish. The Spartans will have a makeup game. Reminder, that is this Saturday, January 31st at Box Elder as they take on the Douglas Patriots in a makeup doubleheader at 1 and 2:30. Reiners having a difficult time in the backcourt. Finally gets it across to Sierra Sanford. Sanford has it, a junior guard. Dribbles with her right hand, gets a lane to the hoop, and then blocked from behind by Olivia Pierce.
That was a nice block. It was a chase down block from behind. Super hard to do in high school basketball. It's very easy to catch the shooter with the body, but nice long arms of Pierce to reach behind and block that shot to keep Spearfish scoreless on this scoreless streak for about the past 2.5 minutes.
7-5, Cobblers with the advantage. Now dribble inside, put the shot up, and it's good. They're making those as Coley cruises right into the paint for 2.
Yeah, right now Rapid City Central is starting to more establish themselves inside the paint.
That's a good, nice, quick touch into Bowman. She missed it. Now another offensive rebound by Sanford. Sanford will kick it out to Callie Reiners as she'll run the point.
Now Spearfish, multiple opportunities with offensive boards, doing a much better job rebounding. They just need to be able to put the ball in the hoop.
Here is Sanford, picks up her dribble. Now goes to Kate Scharf. I don't think Scharf has attempted a shot yet.
She's shot a few, just haven't been able to hit anything.
Take the shot when you get it, and she'll get fouled here as she tries to penetrate into the paint.
Yeah, that time Chloe Shreve able to stop the drive, but got hands on the body. Easy call for our law on the court, but Now Spearfish, when they haven't been able to get any offense going from the half court, do they have an inbounds play to manufacture a shot?
They do get a new shot clock. Dribbling it around is Sanford. Loose ball on the floor. Now it's at half court. I don't know really what happened there for a few seconds.
You know, I don't know why they didn't call that over and back, but Spearfish again with new life.
Nobody really had possession of it as it was rolling around there on the floor like a hot potato. And now the Cobblers get it back as the shooting woes continue for the Spartans. They only scored about 18 points a week ago tonight against Mapayaluta. They scored 40 against St. Thomas More on Tuesday. Cut into the lane, layup is good, +1.
That was a late whistle on that too. It wasn't until the ball went through the rim until they whistled it, but definitely contact underneath by Addie Bowman. And she's going to pick up 2 fouls already, so she'll exit the game. And again, you have Leah Long and Shreve. All the attention goes to Shreve being the taller athlete underneath, but Leah Long plays much bigger than what she looks like.
Long was an all-stater last year or Landry was an all-stater last year for the Cobblers. Here is Sanford with it. Picks up her dribble. Outside three-pointer on the way by Eisenbarth. No good. Offensive rebound by Vito. They don't go back up with it right away. They're always just kicking it back out to reset the offense. They just don't trust themselves right now in the paint against the taller Cobblers. They got to handle the basketball out to Vito. Vito goes to Sanford. Much smaller lineup here for the Spartans as they go inside and miss the layup. Wanted the contact, nothing there.
Yeah, it was a nice drive by Sanford. She is not afraid to drive into the land of giants, and it's able to, if Sanford can find someone open shooter, if sometimes she doesn't have a shot, instead of forcing a shot in the middle of the lane, could open up the offense a little bit. But I love the aggression by Sanford to take a chance and drive in the lane.
Down to 6 to go on the game clock here in the first quarter. Down to 3, down to 2. Will the Cobblers get a shot off? They will not. Good defense by the Spearfish Spartans as the Cobblers set up for a good shot there, and they never got it off in time. So at the end of the first quarter, the Rapid City Central Cobblers 11 and the hometown Spartans 5.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
No matter what life throws in your direction, Dana Dental Arts and Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. We are small enough to feel like family, but big enough to bring you the latest technology. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let our family care for your family.
Back here at the Spearfish High School gym as the Spartans have another home game tonight against the Rapid City Central Cobblers. I'm Cody Oliver and Clayson Davis over there on KDSJ-TV as we come to you here on the YouTube channel and Facebook Live.
Yeah, Cody, you get to have your TV-only debut tonight.
This is.
The radio man makes his TV debut.
And it's so easy. I don't even really, I mean, I'm looking over at your monitor here. I don't even know why I'm talking so much.
If you really want to like run the camera and everything, like by all means, you can really make your debut.
Here's a jump shot, no good by the Spartans. They're getting some looks, but they're just not falling here in the first quarter and plus 30 seconds, but we have a travel on the Cobblers.
Yeah, lucky break for Spearfish as a wide open path to the lane. Olivia Pierce as Vito went for the steal and missed, but that travel call might have prevented 2 more points. So again, Spearfish 4-4 on the season. A few keys that I had wrote down for the Spartans. Being more physical against this taller Rapid City Central squad, having to push some of those big posts out of the paint. Being able to pressure their guards. Coach Johnson thought that they had a advantage when it comes to pressuring their guards and forcing some turnovers. And also rebounding, which has so far been a good job. Just right now for the Spartans, the lid on the basket has not come off yet.
They've got 2 points from Vito. That was the first points of the game for the Spartans. And then a three-pointer went in from Bowman. That seems like an eternity ago. Here's the Cobblers with it as they go into the paint, put up the shot. That rims out no good. And it's rebounded by Vito. Vito's got some boards tonight. She's working hard at both ends of the floor. Here's Scharf. Scharf trying to draw some contact inside, misses it. Rebounded. Going back up is Grubb. She misses it. And we're going to have a whistle. Jump ball.
So that should send it back to Rapid City Central.
Tonight it is Stingers and Shields, part of the first part of the weekend here. Black Hill State student athletes attending the game tonight get in for free when they show their student ID or the buzz card, I think is what they still call it maybe.
Yeah, at least when I went to college there was still a buzz card. So,
and then Spearfish student athletes, or all students, Saturday for the rivalry game between Tech and BH. Go to the game, you get in for free. It's Stingers and Shields weekend. And the Cobblers have it with 6 seconds left to go on the shot clock. They put up a runner and it goes off the glass. Cruz, she's got 4 points there in the paint.
Cruz really got into some trouble. Eisenbarth was giving her all that she could handle, and then she was able to turn the corner on Eisenbarth and get right to the rim using the glass.
An air ball by the Spartans on a three. They get the offensive rebound. Who's confident right now to put the biscuit in the basket? Here's Vito. Vito getting herself way outside as the defender forces her to the other side. Now here is Grubb. She loses it, goes out of bounds. Last touched off the knee of a Rapid City Central Cobbler as the Spartans are shooting on this right end of your TV screen towards the entranceway, and the lid is on the rim here for several minutes. 5:29 left to go in the second quarter. Spearfish down 13-5.
Honestly, I'd say that Spearfish has held the ball longer, but they just haven't been able to turn it into any points.
Here's Scharf for three, right as the shot clock was going off. Vito with another offensive rebound.
Got to be able to take advantage of it.
So Megan Markovitz comes in. You talked to Coach Johnson earlier this week, like what she's seen from the freshman.
Yeah, Markovitz, she really stepped up in practice when Spearfish doesn't have as deep a bench as they've had in years past, and a shove on the baseline. So Spearfish, again, the same possession. I feel like this possession has been going on for 2+ minutes, but haven't been able to score since really, I think, 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. They're approaching really close to about, I'd say close to about 10 minutes without scoring.
Here's Grubb. Nice turnaround. That shot is airballed, and it's rebounded here by the Cobblers. They get it down the floor. A one bouncer to Shreve. Now they go back outside. Here's Leah Landry. Landry has it. Nice throw in the corner for a three-point shot. That's going to be no good. And it's rebounded by Sanford. Nice board there. Sanford uses her speed to get down the floor. Loses the handle. Then gets it to Vito. Vito throws it away. Intercepted here by the Cobblers. Up ahead to Rapid City Central in the far corner. Sanford guards her. And now here's the Cobblers going baseline. Oh, it looked like Scharf is going to have a steal. Then it went right off her hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, Coach Johnson with a little bit of a pep talk from the bench at the Spartans, as can't quite repeat the message, but I know that trying to get her team fired up, because it feels like, and especially on offense, the Spartans are just kind of going through the motions instead of trying to make any offense for themselves.
Defensively, Sanford comes all the way outside. Now 8 to go on the shot clock. And then the Cobblers throw this one away. So credits Spearfish defense. They forced Rapid City Central to not get a shot off in time at the end of the first quarter. And only 2 points have been scored total in this second quarter. We played almost 4 minutes, and it's 13-5. The 2 points coming from Rapid City Central. Bring the ball.
Spearfish has had multiple opportunities for, again, points. They just had nothing go in the basket.
Three-pointer, Sharp. You just got to see the ball go through the hoop once, and maybe that breaks the spell.
Kate Sharp, that's her first three-pointer, and I mean, she might have had one versus St. Thomas More, but maybe one at the most. She's been really quiet from outside the arc. Not like what we've seen last year from Kate Sharp, the Western Colorado basketball commit.
13-8. Cobblers have the advantage. And a Euro step inside, goes off the side of the backboard. Rebound, put back up, no good. And Sharp is in there for the rebound.
Yeah, Sharp.
Oh no, she dribbles almost off of her foot with nobody guarding her. She kind of did a fancy in between legs and mishandled it. But Spearfish able to keep it alive. Now on top of the key is Sanford. Over to Sharp. Back outside Sanford. Now here's a three-pointer on the way. That is good by Megan Markovitz.
What a moment for the freshman. Markovitz with the confidence top the key when the offense has been faltering for the Spartans. Haven't really had any sort of opportunity to score any points, and really a quarter that both teams have struggled to score. You had Kate Sharp for the three, and then Megan Markovitz being able to let it fly from the outside.
Spartans have had 4 field goals so far in this first half. 3 of them have been three-pointers, as Coach Dakota Johnson, in her 5th season as head coach of the Spartans, has the team huddled up there. A little bit of confidence again. You have Sharp hitting the three, getting that going, and then Markovitz, the freshman, knocking down the triple. As Spearfish last year was averaging about 61 points per game. This year, I think only averaging about 45 points per game.
Yeah, Spearfish about 41.6 points a contest, allow about 40 a game as well. But this Rapid City Central squad has struggled on the defensive side. They give up about 50 a game. So Spearfish with, as far as on paper, an opportunity to really improve on that offense, especially when you look at next week. You have Lee Deadwood coming here to town, but then you have Huron and Mitchell. Also coming up at halftime, we have a few Black Hill State Yellow Jackets joining us with our Wolves Plumbing and Heating halftime show to talk about shields and stingers here at the Spearfish High School gym.
Trying to get BH students to a Spearfish game and trying to get the Spearfish kids over to rivalry night at the Young Center on Saturday. Three-pointer is good by Coley Cruz.
That's a much-needed three by Cruz and Rapid City Central to give themselves also some confidence shooting the basketball. They went quiet there for a long stretch as well.
Here comes the Spartans in the paint. They lose the basketball. Cobblers get it back after the timeout. They have a little bit renewed energy now. 2:10 left to go here in the first half. 16-11. Cobblers with a 5-point lead.
Right now for Rapid City Central, you've been able to shoot the ball from the outside, and yeah, I was just about to say you had the freshman, the senior on the freshman take advantage of that matchup, and they did.
Cruz with the layup.
Junior, that is. Junior on the freshman.
She now has 9 points. Here is Sharp with the basketball, trying to come around that screen. Back over to Sanford. Sanford behind the arc, has the ball tipped, goes to the baseline. Back outside. Markovitz throws it over to Reiners. Reiners three, no good. Too strong and rebounded here by the Cobblers. Long pass down the floor, intercepted by Sharp. Sharp from the elbow, no good. Another offensive rebound by the Spartans. Kicked it back out. Sharp, no good. Shooters shoot, so she'll keep doing it and hopefully see that go in. Spartans down by 7. It feels like they should be down by 14 at this point, but defensively, they're sticking around.
This game is reminding me of an Iowa football game, as in the offense might not be what we've seen from other teams, but the defense really good.
You talked to Coach Johnson earlier this week, of course, with the Cavaliers game on Tuesday, another game here on Thursday. What were a little bit of her thoughts on some of the keys to tonight, what they have to do?
Well, it starts with rebounding, as they really didn't have any paint presence. Anytime they got the ball into the paint, they tried to dish it out and turn the ball over, and also they were out-rebounded by St. Thomas More. So those are major areas of improvement she wanted to see tonight versus a similar build Rapid City Central squad, maybe a little bit bigger. but again, being physical as well, being able to get points into the paint, and really overall box out and rebound and be better as far as playing in the paint versus, again, another tall, physical Rapid City Central squad.
Dakota said they're pretty used to going up against bigger teams
now,
as Sierra Sanford makes 1 out of 2 free throws. As we come under a minute left to go here in the first half. 18-12, again at halftime here on KDSJ-TV. Be joined by a couple of student athletes from Black Hill State. Three-pointer, no good by the Cobblers. It's battled around, back outside. Cobblers get it. No shot clock now. Here's a three-pointer, that is wide.
And bodies are hitting the floor. And
Chloe Shreve was boxing her girl out all the way over to the corner. Coach Johnson wanted a foul, or
might have been a hook and hold possibly, but you could have really honestly called it on both teams there.
Just going for a loose ball. 14 seconds left to play here in the first half as the Cobblers look to get it in. And a 5 second, yes.
Yeah, good job by the Spearfish defense. They had denied the first 2 options of Rapid City Central, so the defense, again, keeping the Spartans in this game when the offense has been very hit and miss. So now we'll see if Spearfish can drop a play with 13 seconds left to make this a little bit closer before we go into halftime.
So backup point guard, Sierra Sanford is in there. It goes over to Reiners. Reiners now goes inside. Body from Shreve on Grubb. And they're going to blow the whistle, stop the clock with 2.9 seconds left.
Pierce picked up her second. Shreve, that is, picked up her. Nope, they called it on Pierce. Tierson Grubb, 53% free throw shooter, misses the first one. Free throws is something that Spartans have also struggled with this season. Opportunity to Grubb to, again, draw just a little bit closer here before halftime.
Misses both free throws. Here comes the Cobblers.
Can't foul.
And we have the end of the first half as they let them play it out. No whistles. And we go into halftime with Rapid City Central 18, Spearfish 12. You're listening to high school girls basketball on KDSJ-TV.
Your vehicle is more than just a ride. It's a part of your life. And Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram will get you road ready. From a multi-point inspection, brakes, batteries, and tires, the certified technicians in Junix Service Department will keep you moving. Schedule your appointment today at Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram on West Jackson in Spearfish. Make eating better, easy with Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean you can't eat better. Made to order smoothies, wraps, sandwiches, and flatbreads that instantly boost your mood, all with delivery available. Plus, check out all the different flavors of smoothie bowls, salads, and even breakfast items. Located off I-90 exit 14 on Platinum Drive, just down the hill from the Holiday Inn. Eat well, live well at Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a quality pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superiorautost.com.
And welcome back to the Spearfish High School Gym. It's our Wolves Plumbing and Heating halftime show, brought to you by Wolves Plumbing and Heating in Spearfish. Give them a call at 605-642-5755 or see more at wolfph.com. Well, it's going to be a little bit of a different post-game halftime show. As Cody is tallying up the stats, we'll go through a scoreboard soon. But first, we got a couple of Black Hill State University Yellow Jackets joining us here in the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth to talk about stingers and shields. And joining us from Black Hill State University, we have Mitch Moravec and Zoe Evans joining us here to talk about stingers and shields. I'll start with you, Mitch. Thank you for joining us in the broadcast booth.
Thanks for having me.
So definitely want to talk about, again, give us a little brief update about Stingers and Shields, and how did this event really come about?
Yeah, so really cool story. We got selected to go as representatives for Black Hills State University to the Division II Super Region Conference for SAC. And at that conference, we came up with the idea as an RMAC whole for a few different outreach ideas. And this idea came up, and we really loved it, Zoe and I, and we brought it back to Black Hills State University and kind of started nurturing it and making it come to life.
That's awesome. Zoe, talk a little bit about SAC as far as how do you get involved and what activities are you guys involved with throughout the college?
So with SAC, you have a couple representatives from each team, and the whole goal is to unify BH as an athletic whole. All of the athletes are unified, and we all support each other. Some goals Mitch and I are trying to bring back into SAC is some student outreach. So, non-athlete students and supporting them, and then they come and support us. And then with this is community outreach. And then also jackets supporting jackets, so sports supporting sports. And so, yeah, SAC is the Student Athletic Advisory Committee, so it's pretty cool and opportunity to have a student-led club. So.
No, that is awesome. And also you guys are also athletes as well, football and soccer, I believe.
Yes.
And I want to start with you. Name your grade and how you got to BH and your thoughts on the previous season.
Yes, I'm a sophomore at Black Hills State University. How I got to Black Hills, it was kind of how recruiting goes for high schoolers getting to college football. There's a lot of differences between small schools, big schools, what they have to offer, and I really just fell in love with the hills itself. I'm a real outdoors guy, so the camping and being able to do everything outdoors really brought me here. And the coaches, the love on the staff it's amazing. I love Coach Bresky. I love my linebacker coach, Coach JB. So I'm just really blessed to be here and have an opportunity to play. As to this last season, I think it was kind of a building season for mainly our defense. We got a lot of young guys taking steps forward for our team, and I really think that this next year we got a good possibility to have a great team.
And Zoe, same question to you as far as your journey to Black Hills State. What your thoughts on soccer? You guys, I'm pretty sure, just concluded your season also in the fall, yes. But you both have spring practices coming up, so talk about what's next for BHSU soccer coming up.
Yeah, so I first found BH because of the area. It's gorgeous, like Mitch said, but then also the people. I mean, everyone is so nice and so welcoming here, and there's really just a good camaraderie, good environment here at BH, so it's just really cool to be a part of. In terms of soccer, we also concluded our season in November, and I would agree with Mitch, ours was a little bit of a building season. 7 years of BH soccer and just trying to make some forward steps. It's not always going to be the biggest jumps, but we're going to continue to put in the hard work this spring. I'm super excited for what's to come.
Cody, you had something to add?
I have a question. What position did you have on soccer?
I play center back, so that's defense.
Okay. And you were linebacker?
Yep, I'm a linebacker.
Okay.
Awesome. I know nothing about soccer, so I'm assuming center back is a really fun position to play, I'm assuming. Center back, the position to play when you play soccer.
Yep, we do a lot of defensive work, and I don't get all the glory on offense, but I love stopping goals. So
that's awesome. And
pretty good student attendance over there from BH. They have a whole section just for BHSU students over there. Pretty good crowd.
Yeah, good turnout. This was part of our community outreach, and so we basically tried our best to spread this by the word of mouth. We had Kristen Carmichael sending all the messages to the coaches to try to get as many people here as possible, and I think our turnout's pretty good, but we'll see as the night goes on with the rest of the games.
No, absolutely, and again, it's really cool that you have Black Hills State and Spearfish High School kind of joining forces to support each other's athletic programs. I mean, you have a Black Hills State University Yellow Jacket who played here at Spearfish a season ago, and Josie Dana on the girls basketball team. We'll see her on for the radio waves for Black Hills State University basketball coming up. But Talk, is this something that you guys want to plan a little bit further as far as working with the high school when it comes to certain events?
Yeah, I definitely think that after the turnout tonight, I feel like the high school is going to want us to come back. I mean, we've been pretty loud already, and it's only halftime of the girls' game. So I definitely hope that they can make their way to some BH games and get loud for us as well. But I definitely think that we're going to continue doing this, not just during basketball season, but during football season. We have Friday nights where football players we have Friday nights off for home games, so we could pull up to the Spearfish football games as well. I think we got something good coming here.
And Mr. Wademan is a former Yellow Jacket, the AD for Spearfish, used to play for the Yellow Jacket football team. And now a reminder for the Spearfish kids, get over to the Young Center on Saturday night for the rivalry matchup. That place is going to be rocking. Have you ever been to a Tech BH home game?
Yes, we have, and they are awesome. Beat Tech.
Yes. So Spearfish Spartan students, you don't have to be athletes, any students, show up on a Saturday night for the women's or men's game, free admission. Okay, at 4 and 6.
Awesome. Final question before I leave you guys alone, again with BHSU SAC. What more events do you have coming up, and any last remarks as far as anyone possibly on campus at Black Hills State that are thinking about joining SAC?
Right now we have something in the works with the rest of the RMAC. We're unifying all of our conference's schools on a mental health weekend. We also have Black History Month coming up, in just a week in February. So we're looking forward to working with some other SAC reps from other schools.
Yeah, that Mental Health Week is another thing that came from that D2 convention.
Yep.
Where we're unifying every RMAC school with it. So it's going to be really cool. We're going to start getting some things posted when that starts developing a little bit more. But yeah, we're really excited. We're taking the right steps for BHSU SAC.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you for joining us here at the broadcast booth, and keep cheering loud for the Spartans. We really appreciate having you guys here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go Spartans.
That is Mitch Moravec and Zoe Evans joining us with our halftime show. Let's take a quick timeout, and third quarter action coming up next right here on KDSJ-TV.
Stadium Sports Grill is where sports fans meet in Spearfish. The stadium is locally owned and operated, and they carry the NFL ticket, NBA package, college sports pack, and stream all BHSU and Spearfish Spartan sporting events. Their famous steak tips and hand-patty burgers will satisfy any sports fan. The stadium is a full bar and grill, open daily for lunch at 11 a.m. and serving brunch on Sundays starting at 10. Plus, don't forget the scoreboard on Ryan Road next to Safeway. See you soon at the Stadium Sports Grill, Main Street, Spearfish.
And we're back here after halftime. 18 to now 14 scoring the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard after Tierson Grove with the steal and a bucket. And we return to live action with Cody Oliver on the call.
And here is Rapid City Central at their end of the floor. They put it up high off the glass. That is going to be no good, but we'll have a whistle. And that will be a foul underneath. As we quickly take a look at those first half stats, Rapid City Central led it at halftime 18-12. Now it's 18-14. We take a little trip to the free throw line, and that's where Rapid City Central has a chance for 2 free throws here. Trying to get their first points of the second half. First one is no good.
One of the major adjustments I would want to see both teams make, especially Rapid City Central, really reestablish that presence in the paint. Maybe space out the Spartans as they want to cave in on those post players when they get in onto the block. Spread out the offense, be able to get one-on-one with Shreve or Landry on a smaller Spartan and have them make a quick move to the basket before the rest of the Spartans can come to help out.
Sharp kicks it out. Vito not going to take the three, but Bowman will. That is up and good.
What a breath of fresh air for Spearfish with Addie Bowman starting to get it done from the outside, helping out Kate Scharf in terms of scoring. And Bowman, she's been really starting to become a threat from outside the arc that teams will have to pay attention to.
Here's a three for the Cobblers, no good. Spartans were down by 6 at halftime, now down by 2. As we update you on some more of the stats, Rapid City Central led it after one, 11-5. Then each team scored 7 points in the second quarter to make it 18-12 at the break. Your scoring right now, Cruz leads the way for the Cobblers with 9. Shreve has 6, Landry 2, and Pierce 1. For the Spartans, 3 apiece for Bowman, 6 now for Bowman, 3 for Scharf, 3 for Markovitz on all 3-pointers. 2 points from Vito, 1 point from Sanford, and 2 points now from Grubb.
As now we have an offensive foul underneath as Shreve was trying to make a move toward the basket. I didn't see an elbow or a forearm go up or anything, but our law on the court, offensive foul called, and now Spearfish having to deal with this 1-3-1 press.
Our Wolves Plumbing and Heating halftime show, thanks to a couple BHSU student athletes and reps from SAC joining us here tonight as the Cobblers go back to that zone.
No, looks to still be that man defense. Haven't gone much to a zone. Spearfish has been able to now start to shoot from the outside. It's going to be harder for your zone players to step up in transition if Spearfish tries to keep swinging the ball around.
Down to 3 on the shot clock. Here's a 3-pointer. It does not hit anything. It goes out of bounds, and a turnover on the Spearfish Spartans as the Cobblers would get it back, leading by 2, 19-17.
Tiersten Grubb, very athletic ball player, also quite an outstanding cowgirl as well, as she is going to collegiate rodeo at Gillette College coming up next year. Not quite her shot from behind the arc. So now we have a foul underneath as on the foul, I think that was Sanford. No, it was Reiners with her first, and that will send number 3, Chloe Cruz, to the line for 2 shots.
So Cruz at the line. First free throw is no good. Well, now the Cobblers get a chance to go after this rim over here that had a lid on it for a lot in the first half. Her first free throw is no good. Cruz trying to get into double digits, and she does with the second made free throw.
Makes it now a 3-point contest in the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. See if Spearfish can try to continue this offensive output they've started to rediscover.
And the shot is no good there by Scharf, and it's rebounded here by the Cobblers. Cobblers up ahead by Cruz. Nice catch over here. Now she goes to the middle of the floor. The junior looks around, bounce passes it over here to Pierce. Pierce, and a reach-in foul going to be called, it looks like, on Bowman.
That's going to be her third as well, as then you just saw Pierce not really make a move toward the basket, but start to penetrate a little bit. It was enough for Bowman to draw in, started getting handsy with the ball, try to reach in and commit a steal. Instead, she commits her third foul, so she will take a ride on the bench.
And let's see,
corner
3-pointer.
There she is. That's Leah Landry. She's been semi-quiet this contest, able to hit a tray, and Rapid City Central with back-to-back points on back-to-back possessions.
Here's Sanford with the basketball on the far side, right in front of the Spearfish bench, and then a collision between Scharf and one of the Cobblers. That is Landry.
As that was Scharf with the foul, just her first, but really the foul was committed by Sanford, as Sanford again dribbles into that one corner. You don't want to pick up your dribble right when you cross the timeline, right in front of the scores table by the sideline, as once you get a trap there, you can't back up, and Sanford had no choice but to try to throw it to Scharf, and of course the ball gets tipped.
Now here's the Cobblers with the basketball. They're going to say that last shot by Landry in the far corner was a 2-pointer, and then they missed another 2-pointer here. Rebounded by Spearfish, and they blow the whistle right in front of our crowd mic there.
Jump ball, so Spearfish with possession. Now they've had a hard time dealing with the 1-3-1 press. They've had a few turnovers from it. Now let's see if they are able to break it a little easier this time.
And Spearfish gets an open look. Here's Grubb, and she loses. The handle falls down in the paint. And we're going to have
I want to say it's a foul on Rapid City Central. That's Shreve, and that's her fourth already. I didn't realize she had that many fouls. So, yeah, Chloe Shreve will now head to the bench for her fourth foul, and now if you're Spearfish, you have the tallest girl on the defense out of the game. Now you have a chance to really try to assert your presence in the paint.
This will be the third foul on the Cobblers here in this third quarter. Spartans have 4 fouls in this quarter.
Of course, Spearfish goes right back into the paint. This time Parker commits her first foul.
And here is Reiners just throwing up a shot, trying to draw some more contact. And the Spartans do. That's a third foul on this, I guess, this drive on the Spartans end. The Cobblers fans don't agree. And now with it being a shooting foul, Reiners goes to the line.
Yeah, Kelly Reiners on the season. Just a 30% field goal free throw shooter. Not able to hit the first one. Again, these are free points for the Spartans that really the entire season they really haven't been able to pick up.
Couple of subs coming in for the Spartans, and they miss both free throws. And all that at that end of the floor, they don't get anything. And now here is Cruz getting across the halftime, or gets across the half line through Markovitz. And now one official will ask for another official's help. As Scharf gets up, looks at her elbow.
We got a discussion on the floor, and it is going to be intentional on Rapid City Central, as that was number 3. That was Chloe Cruz. Right on the drive, you could see right before she made contact with, Cruz made contact with Scharf, almost gave her a shot right to the head.
So that is going to be a personal foul. It's going to be a team foul, and you get a free throw.
Should have 2 free throws and switch of possession coming up.
So we see the Tropical Smoothie replay on KDSJ-TV.
So yeah, that foul will give 2 shots to Spearfish and also the possession, I believe, for Spearfish as well. So you could have a swing of possibly 5 points if everything goes perfectly for the Spartans and tie this thing up.
Here in the third quarter, Rapid City Central has scored 4 points, and Spearfish has scored 5. But now, see if Spearfish can take advantage of it at the free throw line, where they missed the last 2 free throws by Reiners. And again, the one official was right by the play, but he couldn't see everything, so he asked another official to come over, and they agreed that it's going to be intentional or flagrant?
Yes, pretty much flagrant. Same thing. So that will put Kate Scharf at the free throw line for 2 free throws before the Spartans will then take possession. So again, here's another opportunity at free points for the Spartans, and Scharf hits the first one, a 60% free throw shooter for the senior and Western Colorado women's basketball commit.
Second free throw is up, rolls around the rim, and good. She wears the pink shoes, and the Spartans have gotten a little bit closer now, just down by 3.
Since the foul was committed on the opposite end of the floor, Spearfish will have to go the length of the floor, set up their next possession.
So they throw it into Scharf. Rapid City Central sets up in their half-court defense. Spearfish comes right at them as they go right to left here on your TV screen. Live tonight on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and Facebook Live. Sanford picks up her dribble. Now goes to Grubb. Turnaround shot, no good. I don't think she really knew where she was.
That was Bowman underneath, and yeah, just got caught underneath the basket. Didn't quite have a shot available.
Sanford lays it up and in for 2.
Sanford got a screen from her teammate, and her teammate paid the price for it, but that was enough for Sanford to have an open lane in the middle of the lane and pretty much a straight shot right at the basket. And we're back at a 1-point contest here in Spearfish.
22-21, the Cobblers have a 1-point lead. They have a jump shot, no good from the far corner. Weak side rebound comes down to Malu. Here's another 3-point try, this time for Landry. That is going to be no good. And a rebound. Looked like a Spartan had her boxed out, but the Cobbler took a head to the floor. And we'll see what this call will be.
It's going to be on Rapid City Central. And that's going to be their 5th team foul. So that will be free throws, 2 free throws the rest of this 3 minutes and 5 seconds for Spearfish whenever a Cobbler will commit a foul.
So a little over 3 minutes go to this third quarter. Spearfish will have an opportunity to take the lead now as they go to the free throw line. First free throw is up and no good.
Bowman on the season, a 50% free throw shooter, so
she should make this one.
You know, as statistics should have it.
It's up and good.
Isn't math just an amazing thing?
Stats don't lie. And 22 all here with 3 minutes left to go, third quarter. Rapid City Central. They scored 11 points in the first quarter, 7 in the second. Here's a 3 to add to their total. No good. Offensive rebound. Here's Landry. Landry off to Pierce, back to Landry. And a push. A foul called on the Spearfish Spartans.
It's going to be on Sierra Sanford, so that's just her first foul. And Spearfish also now has 5 team fouls, so the way and how physical this game has become after halftime, and now our law on the court starting to make themselves known that, hey, we should probably tone this down a bit. We might be seeing a lot of free throws here coming up in the final 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
Got a good crowd on here as Rapid City Central making the road trip over here to Spearfish tonight. On a Thursday night, Landry misses both, but Cruz gets the rebound and then she loses it. We have Spearfish student section. We have the BHSU students here getting in for free.
As that time, Markovitz not able to quite cleanly catch the ball, but the ball is knocked out of bounds by Rapid City Central Josephine Pierce. So another opportunity for the Spartans to try to set up some half-court offense. They've done a better job of this half.
3 on the way. Sharp gives the Spartans the lead.
The lead that might be either their first or second lead of the night, but either way, a much-needed three-pointer by Kate Scharf as she's starting to re-find her groove after struggling shooting the ball in the last few contests.
So Spartans lead at 25-22. 2:20 left to go, third quarter. We'll be back.
Whatever the weather, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating keeps you in the comfort zone with expert heating and air conditioning repair or replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-642-5755 or search Wolf's Plumbing and Heating and stay in the comfort zone.
Bank West is rooted in South Dakota. Committed to local success. Just like you. We're all connected. In South Dakota. For South Dakota. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West.
Fisher State.
And back here at the Spearfish High School gym in the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. Cody Oliver and Clayson Davis along with you for doubleheader of Class AA hoops tonight. Rapid City Central and Spearfish. Girls game, 2:09 left to play in the third quarter. Spartans up by 3. Thank you, Kate Scharf, with the latest three-pointer to give the Spartans the advantage. Underneath, layup is no good. Goes out of bounds, and it will stay with the red and white of the Cobblers.
There hasn't been a whole lot of open looks to the lane. Those open looks have only come from whenever Spearfish is on offense, as Rapid City Central, again, trying to find some more success in the paint, but Spearfish is not really letting them have it.
Loose ball in the paint. We've had a couple of different scrums tonight, and this time the shot clock buzzer will sound. So a shot clock violation called on Rapid City Central credit the Spartans defense as they will go up against some of the press now.
Still that 1-3-1 press. Spearfish throughout the season have struggled in full court pressure, but this contest they've been able to deal with it pretty good for the most part, especially in a 1-3-1, just being able to pass the ball at the top of the key, and that will settle down Rapid City Central back into their man defense. No, they switched to a zone.
Markovitz was about ready to shoot a three. Now she gives up.
Now they go back to man.
Here's Markovitz.
Switching on man now as Bowman on the inside needing some help.
Markovitz, three, no good.
Good looking shot from the freshman, but Sharp with another offensive rebound. Time of possession this game has been simply dominated by the Lady Spartans, as Central has not had a lot of opportunities to score and haven't got a lot of rebounds to give themselves some more opportunities.
Markovitz with the dribble. Over to Sanford.
Good screen.
Reiners is in the corner, but here's Sharp for three. No good. Another rebound, this time by Reiners on the offensive end. And a foul called on Rapid City Central. And two more free throws coming up for the Spartans.
Yeah, as much as Spearfish has been boxing out well this contest, Rapid City Central really has not. Of course, Central used to really having the height advantage in this in these AA contests here on this side of the state, but really tonight they haven't done a good job boxing out, and that's allowed Spearfish to have more opportunities, get offensive boards, and yeah, they may not be able to convert them into as many points as they like. They're starting to get some of the Cobblers in some foul trouble. You have Shreve with 4 fouls already. You got Parker with 3, 2 fouls from Olivia Pierce. Those are just the ones that we know about.
Reiners makes 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. And we're under a minute left to go. 26-22. Spartans have scored 14 points in this quarter to get them back into the lead. Cobblers going with Parker now. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded, Rapid City Central. They go underneath, kick it outside, open three, high arcer, no good. And underneath, it's going to work one of these times as Landry gets the offensive rebound, puts it up and in.
Yeah, I was just talking about how Rapid City Central hasn't rebounded as many times as well as they wanted to, but now Landry starting to do a good job boxing out and then having a block on this side of the court defensively. Spearfish not able to score any points, but now an inbounds play for head coach Dakota Johnson's crew with just 19 seconds left to go in quarter 3.
Thanks for joining us tonight here on KDSJ-TV. As Sanford goes with the layup, she shows her speed and gets it on in. Now 10 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Spartans up by 4. Cobblers with it in the paint. Here's, let's see, a travel called on Landry.
And Landry, she just wanted to take over the final few seconds of this quarter and able to get into the middle of the lane. About 3 Spartans closed in, not really allowing her to go anywhere. She thought she had an open look at the basket, and she did not and traveled.
And it's going to be Reiners putting up a shot at the buzzer from beyond midcourt. Coach Johnson wanted a foul on Rapid City Central. Not going to get it.
You're not going to get very many fouls when you're that far away from the net.
We're going to the fourth. It is 28-24 Spartans. More coming up next on KDSJ-TV.
Gravel of Spearfish supports community and school athletics. Plus, they support community development with services in and around the Black Hills. Fisher is an aggregate company headquartered in Spearfish with 2 local commercial quarries in Beulah and Newcastle, Wyoming. They sell all sizes of aggregates for commercial and individual projects from a pickup load to thousands of ton. Whatever you need, Fisher Sand and Gravel, proud supporter of all community, college, and high school athletics. Good luck to all teams and athletes competing in today's game.
It's back. The $9.95 Thursday Steak Special returns to Deadwood at Maverick Steak and Cocktails. As you dine on delicious bites, watch the Gold Dust Casino action from a table overlooking the gaming floor. Enjoy over 200 of the newest slot machines and table games in Deadwood. Then use your club card for great discounts at the 2 hotels located off Main Street, right in the middle of the action. Get reservations today by calling 605-559-1400 or visiting golddustdeadwood.com.
Now Back to the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth tonight as we head to the fourth quarter. This series, they only played one time last year. Spearfish got a 2-point win last year over in Rapid City, so we'll see how this one plays out as Cruz goes into the lane, lays it up and in. Spartans have had a tough time stopping her dribble. She now has a dozen points.
Yeah, for as well as Spearfish has been able to defend the paint, Cruz has been able to use her speed and athleticism to come across the screen and really turn the corner. Look for Cruz to really try to have more opportunities at that, especially when Spearfish is trying to focus on Leah Long. Also, Shreve back in the contest for Rapid City Central, number 14 in the red and white. She's got 4 fouls, but is also 6'2". Deep three for Scharf off front rim, no good.
And that goes over the top of the backboard. That will be out of bounds. As we have a quick look at our matchup menu, number 1 in Class B, Lyman, is taking on New Underwood tonight. Sundance, Wyoming has a date up in Buffalo with the Hardin County Ranchers. And Newell goes up against Faith. Hill City against Wall. Some of the games on our matchup menu for girls hoops tonight. Here's Rapid City Central laying it up, no good. Rebounded by Scharf. Scharf kind of muscled her way in there to get that board. Now Spearfish, here is a three-pointer by Grubb, no good. And Cruz looks like she had the basketball, but they're gonna say a jump ball as a Spartan got in there to tie her up. And credit for Spearfish as the Spartans will get the alternating possession.
Nice hustle by Addie Bowman, also playing with a bit of foul trouble. She's got 3. And now Rapid City Central picking up the Spartans at full court again.
Here's Sanford trying to go in from one of those layups. No good that time. Rebounded here by the Cobblers. Cobblers get it across the half-court line over to Landry. Landry might take over this fourth quarter with Shreve in foul trouble. Here's Cruz. She's been leading the team in scoring, and that's why. Another layup. She now has 14 points to lead all scores.
Yeah, that time Cruz did what she did last time, even with the defender on her hip, able to put a shoulder into her defender, bounce off, make some separation. Makes that layup so much easier when you just have that split second of separation from your defender.
Here's Bowman with the basketball. Bowman comes back to where she started from. Over to Grubb, back to Bowman, who's going to shoot. Bowman for 3, off the glass, no good. It did hit iron, and then it goes out of bounds. Spearfish will have it.
You might have a better answer to this than I do, Cody, but kind of a little bit of a throwback with Addie Bowman's older sister, Mariah Bowman. We remembered her as kind of the bigger enforcer in the middle of the lane using her height, but it wasn't until her senior year she was able to shoot threes and add another outside scoring element for the Spartans. And Addie Bowman, following in her sister's footsteps, being able to shoot from the outside this season.
Here's Scharf, goes back over to Spearfish as they use a lot of the clock. They're going to go with this Sanford layup try 4 or 5 times tonight. They've done that. She's missed it 1 time, and they just don't stop her dribble. She's quick, gets in the lane, gets 2 points.
Yeah, especially with Spearfish, you start to see outside scoring from Bowman. You always have to worry about Scharf, and now you have Sanford. When you're so worried about trying to play defense on the outside, Sanford, it takes 1 step to beat a defender, and she's on the race out to the races.
And Landry throws it up and in off the glass. So Rapid City Central answers back, and we're tied up at 30 with 5:01 left to play in the fourth quarter.
Nice drive that time by Landry, again, who's known for taking over a game, being able to use her physicality as well through the middle of the lane. Might not have the speed that we see from Cruz and Sanford, but being able to bounce off of a Spearfish defender, turn the corner, and have an open shot toward the rim.
Now here's Bowman underneath, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Cruz.
Good defense by Cruz, going straight up on Bowman, not allowing her to get an easy shot.
They get the ball down the floor over to Pierce. Now to Cruz. Cruz shot up, no good. Grubb hits the floor, and Sanford will dribble it. Now she gets it into Reiners. Reiners trying to get the runner inside. That's 2 points for Mariah Bowman.
Addie Bowman.
Addie Bowman, sorry.
Sorry, I brought up Mariah once, and now I'm throwing you off. But no, great drive by Addie Bowman. Last contest, you saw Spearfish. They get in the middle of the lane. They start to hesitate a little bit. Not tonight, and you see right there from Bowman. We're back with more high school basketball on KDSJ-TV.
Clutter and chaos, the Container Queen has you covered. At False Bottom Creek Containers and Storage, we've got premium containers and custom sheds fit for royalty. Whether you want to buy new or used, she can handle the delivery. High cube, side doors, double doors, you name it, she's got it. Visit fbcccontainersandstorage.com or call today. False Bottom Creek Containers and Storage, home of the Container Queen.
Quality food at a fair price.
Welcome back to the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth tonight here on KDSJ-TV. And you can follow us on Facebook Live tonight as well as here on our YouTube channel for both games tonight as we come down 4:16 left to play fourth quarter of the girls contest. Rapid City Central throws it over in the corner. Loose ball, and Scharf is there to get it. Now, Scharf does not have the numbers. It was like 1-on-4. Goes to Sanford and just keep making your layups.
This time, Sanford, she's normally just 100% balls to the walls on the way to the basket. This time with the little Euro step, stepping around the defense. And Sanford's starting to become quite a driver for the Spartans. Add another element offensively.
Now here's the Cobblers again. Shreve with 4 fouls. She picked up her 4th there about halfway through the third quarter. She's kind of hesitant. Here is Landry, her 3, no good. And they're going to say
goes over the top of the backboard and out of bounds. Just catching the corner of it.
Yep.
For those watching on KDSJ-TV, again, for those trying to find it on KDSJ Radio, well, this is TV only tonight. Made a quick last-second Omaha audible, so tell your friends and family if they're trying to find it on KDSJ-TV. You can find it on KDSJ Radio. Tune in on KDSJ-TV.
And the Spearfish Spartans get 2 points from Tierson Grubb. She now has 4 on the night. And this is going to be a full timeout taken by the Rapid City Central Cobblers as we dive into more of our matchup menu tonight. And here's what we have going on in girls hoops. The #1 team in Class B, Lyman, is at New Underwood. Sundance, Wyoming is at Harding County for a makeup game tonight. Phillip takes on Newell. Rapid City Central is here at Spearfish on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. Spartans lead at 36-30 with 3:14 left to go in the fourth. Hill City is at Wall. Douglas is at Lee Deadwood in Black Hills Conference play tonight. That girls game just underway up there. St. Thomas More is hosting Sturgis in a girls only, and that started at 7. Cadoke area is at Kimball White Lake. Yankton is at Huron. A top 5 matchup in Class AA tonight. #5 Aberdeen Central is at #3 Sioux Falls, Washington. And Sioux Falls Roosevelt goes up against T area. That's your girls matchup menu for hoops tonight.
And see if we have a few brief seconds to look at some scores, and we do. Starting off with the girls AA basketball real quick. Both of these teams in AA lead Deadwood, leading Douglas, an A squad leading a AA squad 25-13. T area the win over Sioux Falls Roosevelt 59-33. Yankton over Huron right now 49-42 in the fourth.
Here's Rapid City Central as they shoot at the right end of your video screen and TV screen tonight. Here in the fourth quarter, they feed it into Shreve. Shreve lays it up, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up and in for 2. Now the officials know that she's the best player on the floor right now, and they'll probably just try to keep her in the game because you want it to be competitive, 36-32, but if there's a blatant foul, she'll probably get her 5th. Outside, Reiners for 3, no good. Rebounded by Landry. So now you have the size of Landry and Shreve out there as I try to break some of our KDSJ-TV equipment.
Please don't.
Over in the corner, now here's Rapid City Central. Here's Cruz. Cruz lays it up and no good. And now Spartans have it.
Just couldn't quite get her steps with the reverse layup, was floating away from the basket instead of being able to jump straight up.
And we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Dakota Johnson and the Spearfish Spartans. This year, she's assisted by Jamie Santor, Jamie Bentley, and Remy Winchus.
It will just be a 30-second timeout, so let's keep it right here, shall we? And again, for those watching on KDSJ-TV, go ahead, drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from, whether that be in Spearfish in the listening area or anywhere outside the state or even outside the country. Love tuning in, having you guys joining us on KDSJ-TV. Again, tonight's contest is KDSJ-TV only. Brief audible off of the radio end tonight, but again, let us know where you're watching from. For those trying to find it on KDSJ Radio, let them know that it is on KDSJ-TV only tonight. Updates on our Facebook page, of course, as well on Black Hills Gold Hits KDSJ.
Saturday, it's all hands on deck as we'll have Clayson Davis and KDSJ-TV over in Box Elder for the Spartans at the Patriots doubleheader. Steve Ammerman will have the play-by-play of Tech and BH women and men at the Young Center Saturday night. Here's Scharf. Oh, she hesitated on that three. Now she's in a little bit of trouble, goes to Sanford. They're going to cut Sanford off now. And a nice give and go underneath. The layup is good by Tierson Grubb.
I have no idea how Addie Bowman from the high post was able to sneak that pass through the arms of the Central Cobbler defender right into Tierson Grubb for an easy layup.
38-32, Spartans up by 6, and we're running out of time. 90 seconds left to go. Here's Landry. Her shot no good. Rebounded by the Spartans as they've been good on the boards tonight. Here's Bowman right in front of the scores table. She loses the ball. One of the Cobblers goes down. That's Landry. She picks herself up. And now you got to, my goodness, Cobblers were in big foul trouble that third quarter. This quarter, they've only committed 1 foul. Spartans, none.
Both teams cleaned it up defensively. Don't
Here's
allow
Sharp.
easy opportunities.
Put that nail in the coffin. Yes.
Timeout on the floor, full timeout. You definitely gotta feel good for Kate Scharf as she's struggled the past few contests shooting the ball. Able to find the range tonight, and she's got Spearfish a 9-point lead. We'll be back with more high school basketball live on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and on Facebook. Don't go away, we're back after this.
Turn down for what?
That's what you expect, and that's what you'll get at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or to grab a bite to eat before or after the game. Choose from daily specials, and a trip to the fresh soup and salad bar is always a hit. Plus, the Millstone can accommodate larger groups, like buses or your next meeting in their private party room. So, if it's just you and a friend or the whole team, get a great meal at a great price. The Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish.
For 20 years, there's been a better alternative for car repair in Spearfish and the Northern Black Hills. It's Auto Doctor, with their 2 ASC-certified mechanics who each have over 40 years of experience and their state-of-the-art facility. They'll treat your vehicle like it's theirs. From mechanical repairs, brakes, alignments, tires, AC work, and more, Auto Doctor also provides advanced diagnostics. From Audis to Volkswagens, if your car is ill, we're the pill. Auto Doctor off Exit 14 Heritage Drive, Spearfish.
And back here at the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth, we're going to foul called here on the Spearfish Spartans. It is
Landry, so Sharif will stay in the game. That is just Landry's second, as now Tierson Grubb will exit the contest. Enter Megan Markovitz. So Spearfish again back with a smaller lineup. See if Rapid City Central wants to go back on the inside on offense. Also got to be careful on defense if Spearfish wants to get the ball on the inside as well to not commit a foul.
Ball goes out of bounds right here at about midcourt. Spearfish will keep it. 27 to go on the shot clock, 49 seconds on the big clock. Spartans, they have the clock in their favor and the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard up by 9. And Rapid City Central with the steal. They go inside. Layup is good. It's a good job of running the court that time by Pierce.
Puts Rapid City Central just a little bit closer now for Spearfish. This is where another opportunity arises where you can start to, again, waste some time, really control the ball, not panic whenever you're faced with a trap. You got 1 timeout to spare, and also Central is just 2 more fouls away from having your team shooting free throws.
And now here's Spearfish trying to break the press in the backcourt. They run into the double team. and a foul at half court. Rapid City Central with no shot clock had to foul to stop the clock.
Just Landry's third. It was a critical game for both of these teams coming into this contest. Spearfish ranked number 9 in the power points. Of course, Rapid City Central 10. The winner would have probably moved up into hosting territory. Got to be in the top 8 in order to host a Sodak 16 game. And the loser would have had a very hard road to try to jump back into that top 8.
Scharf in the backcourt, and she is getting held and hugged and fouled with 19 seconds left to go.
A pre-congratulatory hug, I want to imagine.
Rapid City Central going to continue their weekend road trip tomorrow. They have 2 games. Well, tomorrow they're in Watertown to take on Brookings, and then they stay in Watertown to take on Watertown on Saturday. So 3 straight games for the Cobblers on the road as Scharf makes the first free throw.
Of course, those games also from a few weekends ago when some high wind and winter weather postponed some games across the state, including Spearfish's contest with Douglas, which will be made up on Saturday.
Here's a layup, good by Landry as the clock is ticking down. Down to 7 seconds. Well, now you don't even have to get it past half court. And Spearfish will dribble it out and get a W.
Great effort by the Spartans. It wasn't easy in the beginning. They struggled shooting the ball, had a hard time adjusting to the physicality, and then somewhere right after halftime, the switch flipped. The Spartans were the more physical team, being able to box out, hitting some shots, and then you could just definitely tell the Spartans had a better flow on the offense, hitting some shots from the outside to give the Lady Spartans their 5th win of the season.
Spartans with the win, 43-36. We'll talk about it when we come back with the Stadium Sports Grill postgame show.
It can be imagined, it can be created. Eaton Construction in Belle-Fourche specializes in site development for your next commercial project. Size is no issue. Earth moving for grading on any level. Utility installation for single projects or entire subdivisions. Whatever the project, Eaton Construction has it handled. Gravel hauling. Construction of roads from scratch and down to basements. You know who you need for the job. Eaton Construction. Call 605-210-2223 today. That's 605-210-2223.
Pillen Optical has been helping families see clearly for over 50 years. They're more than just an eye care center. They're part of your community, committed to keeping your family's vision healthy and strong. From kids' first eye exams to the perfect frames for every family member, they're here to make your experience easy, affordable, and comfortable. Come visit Pillen Optical, where your family's vision is their top priority, because seeing life's special moments starts with healthy eyes. Pillen Optical, caring for your family one pair of eyes at a time.
And welcome back to the Spearfish High School gym as Clayson Davis and Cody Oliver on KDSJ-TV. The Spearfish Lady Spartans picking up their 5th win of the season by a final score of 43-36 over the Rapid City Central Cobblers. It's time for our post-game show. It's being brought to you by the Stadium Sports Grill right here in Spearfish, where sports fans meet. I thank our friends at the Stadium Sports Grill for sponsoring our post-game show and to help recap tonight's action. Spearfish trailed after the first quarter, just 11-5. Spearfish got 5 right away and then really didn't score for the second half of the first quarter, and that cold streak continued into the second quarter where Spearfish really struggled to really find any offensive identity. They struggled moving the ball, couldn't really find open shots or open opportunities. Rapid City Central, they really weren't able to find any open shots as well in the contest, but either way, the Central Cobblers took the lead at halftime. I believe the halftime speech from Dakota Johnson was a fiery one because the Spartans came out on fire in the third quarter, able to box out the taller, on paper, more physical Rapid City Central squad to allow Spearfish with second chance opportunities. Sierra Sanford was unbelievable tonight, running into the lane, scoring a bunch of those layups that she struggled finishing with on Tuesday. And we'll hear from stats with Cody Oliver coming up here in a few moments. But again, Sierra Sanford was great from inside the lane, and Kate Scharf, Addie Bowman found the range again tonight, shooting the ball from the outside. That allowed Rapid City Central having to guard those shooters from the outside. That opened up Tierson Grubb and Sierra Sanford to drive through the middle of the lane as Spearfish again picking up their 5th win of the season to jump above 500 on the year, and they will now be in the driver's seat possibly to host a Sodak 16 contest. Now with the stats, here's Cody Oliver.
As we continue with our Stadium Sports Grill post-game show, Rapid City Central led it after one, 11-7. They were up at halftime, 18-12. They led it no more as Spearfish led it 28-24 at the end of three, and they go on to win 43-36. Rapid City Central, 5 different girls scored, led by Coley Cruz with 14 points, 10 points from Leah Landry, 8 points from Shreve. Most of that in the first half as she got into foul trouble in the second half. Did not foul out, so she was smart with it, but just couldn't get anything going in the paint. 3 points from Pierce, 1 from Parker. That adds up to 36, about 10 points shy of their average. For the Spearfish Spartans, 43 points up on the scoreboard, right around their average as they get 7 girls into the scoring column. Kate Scharf hit 3 3-pointers on her way to 13 points. 9 points from Sierra Sanford off the bench. 9 points as well from Addie Bowman. 2 points from Vito. 3 from Markovitz on 1 made 3 in the first half. 6 points from Tierson Grubb. And then it was another 1 point from Callie Reiners. Spearfish hit 6 3-pointers on the night. Rapid City Central made 1. At the free throw line, Rapid City Central made 3. Spearfish made 7. That's a 4-point differential as Spearfish wins it by 7, 43-36. Spartans improved to 5-4 on the season, and they'll be back in action Saturday at Douglas with a makeup game there in Box Elder. Rapid City Central Cobblers now 4-6 on the season. They'll be back on the road tomorrow as they make a road trip out to Watertown to take on Brookings, and then they'll stay in Watertown to take on Watertown on Saturday. These two teams will not meet again in the regular season. We'll see, maybe they meet up in the postseason, but the Spartans getting a big win here in late January, 43-36, to be aggressive and get the W.
Now time to name a Superior Performer for this contest. It's being brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions and Spearfish. Give them a call at 605-642-9111 or see their inventory online at superioroutosd.com. We're going to give it to a Spearfish Spartan, Sierra Sanford, tonight's Superior Performer of this contest. Sanford had how many points?
She had a total of 9.
9 points.
4 layups and a free throw.
As again, Sanford really a difference maker in the second half, and a game where it was a tale of two halves. So Spearfish offensively couldn't score really in the first half. Got it going in the second, and Sanford was a big part of that, driving into the lane and hitting layups to really help pull away from Rapid City Central. So Sierra Sanford is tonight's Superior Performer, being brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions. And of course, if you missed any of the action, you can rewatch any of our video archives of a broadcast right here on KDSJ-TV and KDSJ Radio. You can follow them on KDSJ Radio on Facebook as well. That will do it for game number 1. This stream will end, and we will see you guys right here on KDSJ-TV with the boys stream coming up here in a few moments. We'll see you guys on the other side with the boys basketball matchup between Spearfish and Rapid City Central.